breaking news. Kyrie Irving has demanded a trade just 6 days ahead of the trade deadline. Now, this is speak, but right now what's more relevant is Kyrie Irving pulling off the most brilliant move he's actually pulled off since he's joined Brooklyn. Now, I get it. We might be distracted by the fact that Kyrie Irving at first said he didn't want to coach. We might be the fact that Kyrie Irving sat out a game because somebody called him the N-word. We might be distracted by the fact that Kyrie Irving, he didn't want to get vaccinated, thus he couldn't play. But don't be distracted by this. Kyrie Irving holds the cards, y'all. 20-4. That's the Brooklyn Nets record when Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant were on the court together from December until January 8th before KD got hurt. Why is that so important? Y'all realize that matches the Nets franchise record over a period of 24 games. Y'all realize that's an NBA best over that span. What does that mean? Well, that means that Kyrie Irving's value can be and will be no higher than it is right now. Think about who Kyrie Irving is in line with. 7 players. 7 players averaging 27, 5, and 5. Y'all look at the names. Kyrie, KD, Giannis, Bron, Luka, Steph, and Ja. Kyrie's value, it will be no higher than it is today. For that reason, Kyrie's pulling off, for once, an actually brilliant move. Well, let me head to the desk and talk to the brilliant minds. This is Speak. I told y'all that. I'm Emmanuel Acho. Most importantly, that is Dave Helman, knows all things about all athletics. That is the brilliant Joy Taylor. I love that color. Is that mauve?
Sure. We'll go with mauve today. Mauve, magenta.
Magenta. This is Eagles' all-time rushing leader, LeSean McCoy. But more importantly, this is a person who is a fan of Kyrie Irving. Chella?
I know everything.
Knows everything. You sat down with Kyrie, if I'm not mistaken, within the last 6 months.
Yeah.
You interviewed him. You own that. You know, I know who you are. Yeah, I know who you are here. Shady, I'm going to start with you, big dog. This news is groundbreaking. It is groundbreaking. It is shocking. What is your reaction to Kyrie's trade request?
I love it, right? Because it's something bigger than what we know about this. And I heard something about a contract. Heard that the Nets offer him a contract, allegedly. Right? You know, I got to know my sources. And I think that there was some, you know, I guess something in the contract as far as, you know, things he had to fulfill. I don't know if it's how many games he played. I don't know if it's, you know, whatever it may be.
Yep.
Because Kyrie had some things off the court that was alarming to a lot of different people.
Yep. So
my thing is, I need a full guarantee contract. I don't need no stipulations in my contract where I need to play this many games, I need to do this and do that. I need you to have and feel comfortable about playing for this team because Kyrie Irving, you say what you want about him, right? But off the court, he had whatever he had going on. But now, since he's been back, he's been excellent. Since he's came back to this team, he's been excellent. Off the court and on the court. Mm-hmm. It's time that he gets his respect. And I feel like if the Nets, if you really want him, show him his respect. He's a type of talent, Acho. The rules are not the same for him. I'm going to keep it real. People don't want to hear that. It's the truth. I played the league for a long time. Football, basketball is similar. And actually, in basketball, they get even more, you know, credit and more love, whatever they want to do. But there's players I played with, myself included, where I had stuff that I wasn't always just clear-cut, clean, this is what it is. No. Most superstars have baggage. Don't make me name these players. So Kyrie Irving, he's that good where it doesn't matter. If you guys want to put stipulations in my contract and don't want to give me a solid, full guarantee contract, cool.
But Shady, isn't that crazy?
Somebody else will.
Isn't that crazy, though?
No.
Think about it. Joy, can we go through the timeline?
Heck no.
If you go back to Kyrie Irving recruiting Kevin Durant together, cumulatively joining in Brooklyn, at first, Shady, they didn't want to coach.
Okay.
And somebody here, correct me if I'm wrong, first thing, they didn't want to coach. Then it was the bubble year. COVID hit. Kyrie, he didn't want to play in the bubble. Let's just not play basketball. Well, then the following season, Dennis Schroeder calls Kyrie Irving the N-word. Kyrie's like, oh, I'm taking a day off. But then in the midst of all that COVID drama, Kyrie Irving, I believe it was his sister who had a birthday. Oh, I ain't going to play.
Right.
Then in the midst of all that COVID drama, we finally got a vaccine. Finally got a vaccine. And in October, Kyrie, he didn't want to get the vaccine. As a result, the Nets were like, hey, if you can only play away games, you can't play at all.
Right.
Then finally, by March of 22, the New York governance said, hey, fine, you can play. But then at the end of the season, Kyrie was like, hey, I don't want to be here. But then Kyrie was like, you know what? Let me opt back into my.
I don't like
all
this.
of that.
I don't like that. I don't like
all of that. And you want them to fully.
You know
guarantee
why I
a
don't like
contract?
that? You talking about my past. You bringing up my past to give me a contract with all these stipulations. I don't like that. Don't let my past judge who I am now.
You got to know where you came from to know where you going.
I don't know who said that. This is what I'm saying. I don't know who said that. This is what I'm saying. Everything he did in the past, that's old. we all got to agree. We've seen a totally different Kyrie Irving on the court and off the court. It's true. I don't live in the past.
Well, I don't know if I'm going off the court. Can't go with you there.
Joy, let's talk about the future.
Been quiet until yesterday. And it started heating up again. Here's the thing. This is a very complex situation. We won't talk about all the court stuff. We missed like 15 other incidents, but you did a good job. You hit some of the big ones, but there was a bunch of other stuff in between and after, for that matter. But that's not really the crux of this situation. This is really right now about basketball. And all of that really won't matter if they can get a deal done. Obviously, the Lakers are the biggest point in this conversation because LeBron and Kyrie had success together and they have a relationship. And really, Kyrie was at his best when he was with LeBron James. He listed the Lakers as one of the teams he wanted to go to when the trade demand happened before the season. So we know that he would want to play with the Lakers. The thing with the Lakers that makes it even more interesting is they need him. So if they're willing to, which would be a very big turn in how they've done things so far, but if they're willing to come up of some draft picks that are, 10 years from now to get Kyrie here, they could actually make a run. You don't have that much more time with LeBron playing at this level. I think he might be able to do it again next year, but the situation they're in now, LeBron is about to break the record. AD is healthy. You've already made a move. Make another one and get Kyrie. And he's a free agent at the end of this summer. That's what's going to make this interesting. Because Brooklyn could just say, no, and keep Kyrie. We have a chance when KD comes back to go and make a run here. We've already done everything that we can. It's all fallen apart as much as it possibly could. They don't have to trade him. But he is a free agent at the end of the summer, which makes it interesting for all trade conversations.
Are you surprised, though, by Kyrie? Obviously, we'll talk a lot about the Lakers here in 10, 12 minutes. Are you surprised that Kyrie's demanding a trade, given the success the organization had as of late when him and KD were together?
And there's absolutely nothing that you could tell me about Kyrie Irving that would surprise me at this point. That would be silly. It would be silly to be surprised, in my opinion. Not surprised at all. There's sometimes I'll get a little alert on the phone like, oh, wow. I did not blink. Did not blink.
With the player in question, yeah. And like, Shady, I hear you if you could well and truly call this somebody's past, but like, is November the past? If it's February, is November the past?
I think so.
Kyrie got suspended this year, like this season. He added to the litany, which you really did do a great job. I was like, damn, he's going through all my notes right here. Because that's what this, I mean, I get it. Basketball is a different beast than football just because players have so much power, and rightfully so. Like, it's so easy to build a team around one or maybe two players. And so players rightfully have that type of control. But if I'm a team, how can you expect me to give you just everything fully guaranteed when I haven't been able to count on you in any sort of reliable way for basically the duration of all of the time that you've been in Brooklyn? Even as recently, the Kyrie news about the suspension for the anti-Semitic material on his Instagram story dominated the sports world in November.
Right.
You know how hard you've got to try for the NBA to dominate in November? Like when the NFL playoffs are separating themselves, it's rivalry week in college football, you got all this football-related content going on, and you're dominating the headlines for bad reasons in the NBA? That's how you know it's bad.
But, Shady, that don't matter to you right now.
That's over, right? We haven't been talking about none of that, have we? Have anybody on?
It's this season.
That's what I'm saying, though.
The season that's happening right now.
In sports, and this might sound bad, in sports, no matter what happens with players, right, if you continue to have success, they forget about that. No TV station ever has talked about Kyrie Irving off the court. I've been hearing how good he's playing. What about you?
That's
what about y'all? So my thing is this. All that's in the past. If it was so bad, they wouldn't even have to even offer a contract. Right? And this might be leverage. This might be him using leverage. All right, well, look, you don't want me to trade me. Because guess what I know this. Everything you talked about is true. Everything you talked about is true. There's somebody out there that's going to pay him money. Somebody going to pay him.
That is true.
So either y'all going to pay me or somebody going to pay me a full guaranteed contract. No matter what I did in the past.
It's easy.
That's the truth about sports.
It's easy for me to say this. Everything you just said is right. It's
Absolutely
easy for
right.
me to say this because it's not my team. It's not my money. With everything Kyrie has put the Nets through and everything that he's been through since he left Cleveland, I would be like, cool, my dude. Go get that money from somebody else. You can play out the rest of the year here, or we can try to work a trade out.
You can't find another Kyrie Irving. No matter how we say, we can't find another one.
You can't, and you've seen this firsthand because you cover the most iconic brand in all of sports. You cover the Cowboys.
Right.
So you've seen it firsthand. When Dez Bryant was at his peak, can't find another Dez. So you'll tolerate some things. Now, Dez didn't do as far as moving the needle of the sports world some of the things that Kyrie Irving did, but you'll find another Dez. Zeke pulled a woman's top down at Mardi Gras on camera.
Man,
on camera.
If you dig deep, we ain't find worse than
on camera.
Right.
So you know firsthand, Dave Helman, based on what you've covered, and we all know based on what we've covered, like, yo, you do have more grace for the superstars. The only reason I think they should deal him is because if you deal him now, at least you get something for him. But if you just let him walk at the end of the season, now he's just going to go away scot-free? Like, I'd rather deal him now and get something while I can.
Just pay him.
I don't even know if I would pay him. Because I don't know that I want him.
Have no incentive to give him a fully guaranteed contract. The way that everything has gone there, again, nothing would surprise me, but obviously they're not interested in doing that. I mean, Kyrie has never played a full season. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, this is also someone who has been injured a bunch in his career as well. So he's not available for on the court and off the court.
He's missed like a third of the time he's been on their team.
It's been a disaster in Brooklyn.
Crazy.
There's no reason for Brooklyn to give him fully guaranteed money. Now, I agree with you. He probably will get paid somewhere else because of how well he's playing this year. And at the end of the day, this is a business. And if you offer high quality services, which Kyrie does and has since he's come back, someone's going to pay for that. Deshaun Watson got $233 million guaranteed.
36.
Sorry.
A lot short
I
of
don't want to
six.
short him any money. Yeah. All of it guaranteed. He reset the market. We've never seen anything like it. So we know stars are going to get their money regardless. I don't disagree with that. What makes it complicated is because of how unreliable Kyrie has been, which just factually is the case, you have to be careful trading for him because he is going to be a free agent this summer. So you have to be willing to pay him if you're going to trade for him.
Well, before we have to head to a very quick break, let me ask you this. In a league of unreliability, can we still hold Kyrie's unreliability against him? What do I mean? Kawhi Leonard, I don't know the last time Kawhi Leonard played back-to-backs. AD, he don't even play back-to-backs, and he don't even be healthy half the time. Steph Curry, as great as Steph is, this season he was hurt. Not last season, the season before Steph was hurt.
He hurt last year, too.
And he got hurt last year in the playoffs, which is why Jordan Poole turned into a whole pool party. In a league of unreliability, isn't Kyrie just like, that is just bad. Those are superstars. Right. Superstars are unreliable. So now, Joy, don't you have to find a different knock on Kyrie besides his lack of reliability? Because everybody unreliable.
Sure, there's plenty. There's plenty if we want to get into that, if that's something that matters to you as an organization. If you don't want to introduce that kind of chaos into your organization, which, quite frankly, some organizations are not going to want to do and are not interested in and honestly don't need Kyrie. Some of the contenders don't need Kyrie. But if you're someone like the Lakers, who has an aging superstar in LeBron James and a healthy Anthony Davis, some other pieces to bring in a player that's playing at the caliber that Kyrie is, particularly with what Kyrie does well, which is scoring, to balance that out, when you have a turnkey situation with the relationship that you have with LeBron, yeah, sometimes you got to go all in and be aggressive. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.